There was a time in my life when I thought freedom meant having more money. I think a lot of people believe that. You work hard, you earn more, you move up, and somehow you expect life to get better. But after spending most of my working life at sea, I learned something very different. I learned that freedom has very little to do with money and almost everything to do with time. That's what I want to talk about today. I want to talk about the years of working away from home, of what it taught me, and why those lessons completely changed the way I look at life today. For my, or most of my adult life, working at sea was simply what I did. It paid all the bills, it provided for my family, and it gave me a career. And for that, I was always grateful. But there's another side to it, the cost. Oh, yes, because every time I left home, I was also leaving behind moments that I could never get back. Things like family birthdays, your children's birthdays, your family gatherings, and just ordinary weekends, and also the children's school events and conversations that happen around the dinner table. The little things, things that you don't think much about when they're available all the time. But when they're gone, when you realize how valuable they really are. And that's one of the strange things about time. You don't fully appreciate it until you start missing parts of it. When you're working away for so long periods, life continues without you. Your children grow, your families change all the time, events happen, and memories are created. And sometimes you're not there. But I think anyone who spent a long periods away from their family understands what I'm talking about. You start to realize something. The things that matter most in life. You can't buy another birthday and you can't buy another Christmas. You can't buy another year with your children when they're young. Once those moments are all gone, they're gone. And that realization stayed with me for years and years. I sat quietly in the back of my mind every time I packed my bags, every time I headed back offshore, every time I said goodbye again. I kept thinking, there has to be another way. Not because I hated my job, because I really didn't, but because I wanted options. I wanted the possibility of being more present with my family, more available, more involved in the lives of the people I really care about. And that's what eventually led me towards the online business. Not greed, not dreams of becoming rich, no luxury cars, no, not them either, and not flashy lifestyles. Just freedom. That's what attracted me. Possibility of building something that could eventually give me more control over my time. Now, here's something I've learned that might surprise you. Most people think freedom arrives all at once, but it doesn't. Freedom is usually built very slowly, one decision at a time, one lesson at a time, and one small step at a time. And that's exactly what I found with affiliate marketing and YouTube. No single video changes your life overnight. No single upload suddenly creates freedom. But every piece of content becomes a brick, a small brick in something you're building for your future. And eventually those bricks start becoming something meaningful. And that's one reason I enjoy YouTube so much, because every video is an asset. Every video is something you can continue helping people long after you've uploaded it. If I was working at sea, if I stopped working, the income stopped. That's how most traditional jobs work. You exchange time for money. And again, there's nothing wrong with that. Most of us do it. But eventually I realized something important. Time is the one thing we could never earn back. Money can be replaced. Jobs can be replaced. Possessions can be replaced. But time cannot be replaced. And once I truly understand that, my priorities started changing. I became less interested in chasing more and more interested in building freedom. Not instant freedom, real freedom. The kind that comes from choices, from having choices. The choice to spend more time with the family. The choice to work differently. The choice to live life on your own terms. Now, I know some people watching this may be over 50, maybe even over 60. And perhaps you're wondering if that is too late to build something, too late to start over, too late to create another path. Let me tell you something. I don't believe it's too late, because the truth is, most of us are carrying decades of experience, decades of lessons, decades of stories. And those experiences, they have value. The internet often makes people feel like youth is everything. But wisdom matters too, really. Experience matters too. Of course it does. And perspective matters too. In many ways, those things are your greatest advantage. Because people don't just connect with information, they connect with stories. And every one of us has a story worth sharing. That's why I talk openly about working at sea. Not because I'm looking for any kind of sympathy, not because I'm trying to make my journey sound harder than anyone else's, but because it's part of who I am. And if my experiences help somebody else, then sharing them is worthwhile. Maybe somebody watching this is feeling trapped in a job. Maybe they're wondering if change is possible. Maybe they're feeling like they've missed their opportunity. And if that's you, I want you to know something. You do not need to change your entire life overnight. You just need to start building something, one step, one video, one lesson, and one action at a time. Because that's how freedom is built, slowly. And while it may not happen as quickly as we'd like it to, it's still worth pursuing. Because at the end of the day, I don't think most people are really chasing the money. They think they're chasing what money represents. More time, more choices, and more freedom. That's certainly what I was chasing, and I still am. Now, if you're trying to build a simple online business without the hype, without the complicated systems, and without unrealistic promises, that's exactly what this channel, my channel, is all about. So if that sounds useful, consider subscribing, because every week I share lessons from my journey, the mistakes I've made, the things I've learned, and the simple strategies that are helping me to build a different future. And if you'd like to see the beginner-friendly system that I'm using, right now, I put together a free PDF guide down in the description. Click on that, get that guide, and take some action. Take a look when you're ready. There's absolutely no pressure there. And remember this, the biggest lessons, or the biggest lesson at working at sea taught me what it taught me wasn't about work. It was not about work. It was about life. Time matters, family matters, and freedom matters. And if you're building something today that could give you more of these things, then you keep on going, because that's a goal worth pursuing. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. And remember the PDF down in the description. Take a look and take some action. See you in the next video. Bye.